Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This video is about our trip that we took last year to Grand Teton and Yellowstone National Park. It was a 5 days, 4 nights trip. However, it was last May and this is 2026 and we are starting to record this video in February. We are not sure when we are going to post it, but
hopefully soon.
Absolutely, that's the promise. And let's begin.
We'll take you with us through the entire journey, and at the end of the video, based on our experience, we'll give you some tips so you can plan your own trip based on those.
We took a Delta flight from Baltimore Washington International Airport at 6:55 am, which was scheduled to reach Utah around 9:30 am local time.
From the Salt Lake City airport, we picked up our pre-booked Enterprise SUV and started the approximately 5-hour drive to Wyoming.
With a quick lunch at Chipotle on our way, we reached the small town of Jackson around 7 in the evening. We checked in at Antler Inn, quite a decent motel to spend the night. Although our plan was to check out some nearby sunset point in Grand Teton National Park, the weather was not in our side at all. The weather was very disappointing, so to speak.
It was super cloudy, drizzles now and then. It was cold. Cold was fine.
Yeah, cold was expected.
Cold, but the drizzle was really not helping. We weren't able to see any sunset, but we did make a quick trip to the park.
We did. The biggest attraction of the Grand Teton National Park is the snow-capped Teton Range with its highest peak, Grand Teton, which is also the second tallest mountain in Wyoming. We could not see the mountain range at all because of the weather, but we were excited to see some elks and a coyote on our very first day.
We ended the day by grabbing some dinner at the Ward Hotel. The food came in big portion size and was very, very tasty. Our day 2 plan was to hit some of the iconic spots of this national park and explore them before heading to our hotel in West Yellowstone through the Yellowstone National Park. Discovered in the early 19th century, this park of about 1300 square kilometer was initially planned to be established as an extension of the Yellowstone National Park. But the people of Jackson Hole fought for it, and Grand Teton National Park was established as a separate park in 1929.
The weather again was not perfect for a sunrise, so we took some coffee from a local shop called Cowboy Coffee and started towards our first destination of the day, Mormon Row.
Located between the towns of Kelly and Moose, this place in the Jackson Hole Valley is called the Antelope Flats.
Disclaimer, I'm going to look at some of the notes to kind of ease my pronunciation because there are some French words here. In the late 1890s, Mormon homesteaders arrived at this place for its fertile land and easy access to water from the Grovant River and created their own clustered community of total 27 homesteads, including these barns.
Yeah, these barns were like part of that household that they were creating, kind of.
Today, the most popular of them is Moulton Barn, constructed by T.A. Moulton, which offers a spectacular view of the Teton Range rising from behind. The barn itself was beautiful to look at. We could only imagine how grand it would have looked at the clouds cleared from the Teton Range.
Next, we made a quick stop at the Craig Thomas Discovery and Visitor Center to shop for some souvenirs and pick up a map. We took the Moose entrance and drove for just 5 minutes to reach our next stop, the Taggart Lake Trail.
The trailhead says 1.6 miles, which is the distance to the lake. However, if you want to complete the entire loop, it is around 3.8 miles total. We did the 1.6 miles up and down, and the hike was beautiful. There's this one particular part of the trail which is literally through the forest. All you can see around are rows and rows of trees. And it was covered in white sheets of snow, making the place feel all the more surreal.
The entire hike feels so worth it because the view at the end is spectacular. Honestly, we could sit at the edge of the forest and look at the Taggart Lake for hours and hours, the snow-capped mountains standing tall on the other side, the light drizzle bouncing on the water, the clouds and the mist giving the whole place a mysterious vibe.
Once we returned from the hike and was about to head to the car, we spotted this moose camouflaging in the woods, busy having lunch. We had bought some chicken salad, eggs and buns from a Costco in Salt Lake City, with which we too finished our lunch.
By this time, the sky was pretty clear and the mountain range was quite visible, so we made a quick stop at the Teton Glacier Turnout. On our way, we saw an elk up close right beside the road. Our next stop was Jenny Lake, named after the wife of a British fur trapper, Leigh, who had come here around the 1860s with his wife and child and sadly lost them both a few years later to chickenpox.
The lake offers a shuttle boat ride to the other side for a hike to Inspiration Point and Hidden Falls. However, our itinerary did not permit time for that. Our last stop in Teton was Jackson Lake Dam. A perfect place to stop and take in the beauty of the Tetons one last time before leaving the national park that has continued to awestruck the tourists with its mesmerizing views since 1929.
We continued north via the John D. Rockefeller Jr. Memorial Parkway, the road connecting the Tetons and the south entrance of the Yellowstone National Park.
Yellowstone, the first national park of the USA, covers around 8,900 square kilometers. Although it welcomed us with some rough weather, soon it gave us a glimpse of what we were in for. Our first and eventually most frequent wildlife spotting in the park was bison. This one, with the snowflakes backdrop, looked so beautiful.
And then came the most fascinating part, the fumaroles. Most part of the Yellowstone National Park is sitting on a caldera, the largest volcanic system of North America and the second largest one in the world. This supervolcano erupted for the first time around 2 million years ago, and the latest one was probably around 0.63 million years ago. In early 1800s, John Coulter, an explorer called John Coulter, he actually came to these parts and he saw the geothermal activities and he reported them, but no one believed him. For years after that, explorers, fur trappers, they came to this place, they saw this huge land with smoke emerging from the ground, water and mud boiling on its own, and big rocks all yellow in color. But they were all received as made-up stories. No one believed such a place could really exist. And Yellowstone continued to remain as a myth.
Finally, in the Hayden Geological Survey of 1871, a geologist, Ferdinand V. Hayden, explored the mysterious place and wrote a report on his return with hand-drawn pictures by Thomas Moran and photographs clicked by William Henry Jackson.
Yeah.
And 1872 marked the establishment of the Yellowstone National Park. The park has at least 1,000 geological features, and honestly, even when you see them with your own eyes, it's hard to believe this nature's wonder, honestly.
As we continued our drive inside the park, trying to fathom what we were seeing around us, we came across some bisons on the road.
A little bit further, we had to stop again. By this time, whenever we could see a traffic ahead of us, we knew what it meant. The snow had stopped, we stepped out of the car. The valley on the side of the road was full of bisons and their cubs, chilling in the beaming sun.
Our plan today was to just reach Yellowstone Hotel from Grand Teton, and our actual sightseeing plan was supposed to start from tomorrow. But considering all the things we already saw today during the journey, we simply couldn't imagine what was in store for us next.
We stayed at the Yellowstone Lodge in West Yellowstone for the night. The town is very close from the park gate and it had really nice places for dinner. After having an early dinner at the Old Town Cafe, we turned in for the day.
The sun was out bright and happy today, making the snow around us glisten and shine. Within a few minutes, we came across some bisons on the road. Some of them literally were walking through the middle of the road, inches away from the car. It was exciting, but no doubt a little scary too.
Our first stop of the day was Old Faithful Geyser. It erupts approximately every 90 minutes and the visitor center there gives you the next estimated time of eruption. Usually, the predictions for geyser eruptions are not as precise as this one, probably hence the name Old Faithful.
We sat in the nearby benches and watched mesmerized as the geyser erupted so high in the sky that it was difficult to separate the smoke from the clouds.
After that, we explored the upper geyser basin through the boardwalks and saw some interesting geysers and hot springs. On our way back, we saw this one right beside the boardwalk, calmly enjoying its food.
After having some coffee and snacks from the visitor center and a quick glimpse of the beautiful Old Faithful Inn, we headed towards the Midway Geyser Basin. There, we again followed the boardwalk and crossed a bridge to reach the Excelsior Geyser. Our hearts skipped a beat as the sign read that this geyser's next eruption time is impossible to predict.
Moving further on, we came to the Grand Prismatic Spring, but the immense smoke from the spring made it impossible to see anything from this level.
As we drove past the partly frozen Yellowstone Lake, the largest high elevation lake in North America, we had a quick lunch with some eggs and sandwiches that we packed in the morning.
Next stop was a mud volcano. This is a kind of acidic hot spring. The acid makes the rock decompose into clay, which mixes with the water and boils like this. A few steps ahead, we saw the Dragon's Mouth Spring, the name quite aptly given by some unknown park visitor in 1912.
That was our last spot for the day, last planned spot actually. We then headed towards the canyon village where we were supposed to stay the night. But then while on the road, we saw some traffic. First of all, many cars. Then at the side of the road, there was this lots of people with long lens cameras, binoculars, their phones up in their hands, and so we had to stop. We knew it was something big.
I remember. I mean, there were so many cars. Almost the parking was difficult for us. We parked a little bit far away from the
and
from
we
the
had to
place
walk to that place.
we had to walk to that place, and it was surreal. What can we say?
Yeah, it was our first sighting of bear. It was a grizzly bear. There's just one single bear. So we actually took our binocular and phones, and we tried. First, it was very difficult to spot the bear actually, but then we did.
But once we did, we could kind of keep them in our sight. But once you lose it, it's very difficult.
Canyon Lodge was a nice and quiet place in Canyon Village with a series of cabins lined up across the street, their backside facing the forest. There is one restaurant in the village, but we had already arranged for our dinner from a grocery store in West Yellowstone.
Instant noodles, boiled eggs, marshmallows, chocolates, cookies, and friends in the middle of the forest. It was like Michelin star stuff.
The morning scene seemed straight out of a fairy tale. The roofs, trees, cars, and everything around enjoying a cozy time under a white blanket.
We had breakfast in the restaurant right beside the Canyon Lodge. And
the souvenir shop actually.
The souvenir shop actually.
There's a souvenir shop, there's a grocery shop, and one restaurant. So there's just tiny place with all these things.
Very close to each other.
Yeah.
And we had bread, bacon, eggs, and coffee. Everything was super tasty. We actually did not expect it.
It's like in the middle of the forest. It's kind of not very close to any visitor center or any close town. It's just a kind of village actually inside the forest. So we did not expect much, but the food was really good.
Yeah.
We first went to visit the lower falls from Artist Point. It was absolutely breathtaking. The Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone is known for the color of the rocks in the gorge, likely responsible for the name of the park.
The road to north of Canyon Village till Tower Falls remains closed during this time. We did not know that. We happened to we came across this information while we were there.
Yeah, we were supposed to know that. It's there on the internet. You should always check that. That's
definitely. It was our bad, honestly.
Our bad.
But
Yeah,
we
it
could
usually
not.
remains closed around this time. It was not because of the snow
I think,
or
if I'm not
anything.
mistaken, the date it was around May 23. We were around, we were there around May 15 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, just 1 week away. We could have visited these two places. So we missed going to the petrified forest
yeah.
and the Lamar
The
Valley.
Lamar Valley. So these are on the
Yeah.
on the east side, right? So because of our own mistake, we
Yeah.
kind of misplanned that part. So, but we did see some of the northern side of the park, but we went through kind of the western loop.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did. The next stop we did not want to miss was the Mammoth Hot Springs. The hot water from the Norris Geyser Basin travels below the ground, cools down slightly, and surfaces at Mammoth Hot Springs. Over thousands of years, this water has deposited calcium carbonate, forming the step-like view, and the fascinating colors are due to the algae living in the water.
On our way back through roaring mountains, once more we were lucky enough to see some grizzly bears. This time it was a mama bear with 2 kids. We had a nice dinner at Slippery Otter Pub and spent the night comfortably at Hibernation Station in West Yellowstone. The last day. We had to leave Yellowstone by noon to catch our return flight from Salt Lake City at night. We started the day with some breakfast and coffee from Mountain Mama's. It's a cute cafe cum souvenir shop in West Yellowstone.
Entering the park, we drove past the Firehole River to make a stop at the beautiful Firehole Falls. For our next stop, we made the hike through the mountains to the Grand Prismatic Spring overlook, and it was absolutely worth it. With the mesmerizing colors and grand view, this hot spring has our heart.
With one last sight of bisons, it was time to say goodbye. We headed back to Salt Lake City, picking up lunch from Chipotle along the way. It was such a beautiful drive to Salt Lake City through the picturesque landscapes of Idaho. We talked, we laughed, and sang, our hearts content, dancing to familiar tunes, and filled with happiness as the trip came to an end.
चरण लगायो निर्धन को तेरी सखी मोरे पिया घर आए तू मेरी झूठी बातें मैं सारी मान लूं पलकों की छाँव में रहने दो एहसान तेरा স্বপ্ন এলো মেলো এই কিশোর হলো প্রেমের কাহিনী বেচারা না জানে কিস पे आएगा है अपना दिल तो ना जाओ छोड़कर ये दिल अभी भरा
For dinner, we had some Indian food near the airport. Our return flight was at 11:30 p.m., scheduled to reach BWI at 6 a.m.
So that was the video of our trip to Grand Teton and Yellowstone National Park. Here are some tips or things to consider. before you plan your own trip.
The best time to visit these parks is debatable, as each season has their own kind of beauty. But the time we visited, it was mid-May, as we mentioned before. It was pretty nice, we have to say.
Yeah, actually, it was a little cold. Definitely, it was actually quite cold. But the best part of visiting in May kind of time is that you kind of you can avoid the rush of the summer.
May is called the second winter in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
So if you're planning to go in May, definitely do pack your winter clothes generously.
Yeah, like summer here is not summer there.
Not at all. So we live in Maryland area, so if the May in Maryland is not May in Yellowstone. So be prepared. Yeah. So third tip, layers.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. It's cold, true, but on the same day, actually you saw in the video, on the same day there was morning was probably snowing, and then there was so much bright sun, and then it was raining, like on the same day. So
crazy,
it's crazy. It's the weather changes very, very frequently there. So yeah, do have layers.
Absolutely, be prepared.
Well, this we would highly recommend that you keep some dry food, some fruits, some water, some cake, biscuits, stuff like that with you always, or sandwich, things like that. Because inside the park, once you're inside the park, the only place you'll get these things is the visitor centers. For visitor centers, inside the park, you might not get network at all places. So we would recommend that you take a map. There you can locate where the next visitor center is. So if you need water again in the car, so from there you can replenish your stock.
Yes.
But have some food ready always.
Yeah. For dinner, you will have some options in the small towns that are around the national parks. But them being small towns, the restaurants close pretty early, like 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. So be prepared to have an early dinner.
Exactly. Like also, if it gets dark, it's not recommended to drive anyway in the national park.
That's true.
Anyway,
you need to have the sunlight to see and drive carefully.
It's not recommended because of the safety issues also, I think, because there's wildlife always on the road, so it's not very wise to do
not
that.
Recommended at all.
So anyway, you need to plan, like so your itinerary should fit within the sunlight time. So but keep that in mind, that in these towns you'll have to have an early dinner. This one is a very important one, I think. It's highly recommended by even the forest rangers there, that you carry a bear spray. So do consider buying a bear spray. It's actually even there in rent, right? Yeah, you can rent it from there. There's lots of shops near the visitor centers, stuff like that. We actually bought one, and if you are when you get a hold of that, if you're buying it then at home or otherwise, just watch some videos and
there are plenty of YouTube videos training how to use them.
Yes, please make sure you know that how to use them, because it's not like ordinary spray use. So you need to make sure you know that in case, God forbid, you actually have to use them. So do carry that. And also one more thing for bears is that they can smell food from miles away, like literally miles away. So that is also one more thing that we were advised before going to hikes, that it's better not to carry food with you while you're going on foot, like on hiking.
As we mentioned earlier in the video, that one of the roads was closed during our visit. So I think I would recommend that you check the website before even going to the park, which
so
roads
you
are
can
to be
plan
closed at.
accordingly.
And if you want some live updates of the roads while you were there, the kind of visitor centers are there. You can ask anybody.
They help out. So if you go to the visitor center and like lay out your plan, that this is where I'm planning to go, this is the route I'm trying to follow. If for some reason that road is closed, maybe weather conditions or something, they let you know that no, this is closed.
Absolutely.
This, of course, is written all over the park. It's highly recommended that you maintain a safe distance from the animals. If you go too close, they kind of feel threatened, right? And they can attack even in self-defense. So, this is something that definitely all of us should follow.
This is another very important warning written everywhere. In the geyser basins, the ground outside the boardwalk is scalding hot, and also
They're also very unstable.
absolutely they are.
You kind of don't know what is going on beneath the ground.
Yeah, and I mean, multiple accidents have happened before while people try to do that. So we highly recommend that you follow the recommendations and don't do that at all.
Yeah, have a safe trip.
Yeah, that was all from our side.
Hope you enjoyed the video.
Hope you enjoyed the video. We've never done this before, so I mean, we'd be really happy to have any feedback that you have for us.
This style of conversation is like kind of new to us.
Yes.
So yes, please do leave comments if you like it or if you don't. And if you do like it, please consider subscribing to our channel and liking the video.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you next time.